Welcome to Made in Vegas. I'm your host, Michelle Davis, and David Lee is somewhere doing something that probably emphasizes his muscles. But let's go ahead and get started with the show. On this episode, we're going to be interviewing John Miller. He's a power lifter and a personal trainer at LVAC.
My name is John Miller. I am from Las Vegas, Nevada, born and raised. Well, I grew up here. I grew up on a horse ranch in North Las Vegas. I was cleaning up horse poop every Saturday of my childhood. The older I got, the more and more they just became chores to me, and the less and less interested I was. Like, I had to feed the horses and the pigs every morning before I went to school, and yeah, so I didn't spend as much time riding horses as my parents probably wanted me and my brother to. But no, my parents boarded the horses, so they had one or two horses for themselves that they rode and they had fun with, but they mostly just took care of horses during the week for other people. When I graduated high school, I started working for a bank, and I was in banking for 10 years. Probably for the first 5 of those years, I only went to the gym to play basketball. I didn't care about lifting weights at all. As long as I was in basketball shape, that's really all I cared about. I started living with my best friend and his little brother, and just to hang out with them. Like, I started lifting weights with them, and they got me into it. And once I started seeing results, I became just completely enamored. And I'm just the type of person that once I get interested in something, I become completely immersed in it, like a very obsessive personality. So I was looking up podcasts, looking up YouTube videos, and before I knew it, I was more or less, whenever I would go to the gym with them, I was running the workouts. I think the main thing is I'm a little bit of an adrenaline junkie. I get a big rush out of like either looking down at this weight and being like, oh my God, what am I doing? This is so stupid. Why am I trying to pick this up? This is 400 or 500 pounds. Or having it on my back and just getting the rush from doing it. I'm also more of like a numbers person too, so I like having like set goals and being able to quantify, you know, how well I'm doing or how far I'm progressing. Maybe it's easier for me to quantify it in numbers than to like be taking a lot of pictures of myself in the mirror and stuff like that and seeing where I'm going. Powerlifting's a sport. It's similar to like Olympic weightlifting. Olympic weightlifting, the 2 lifts are clean and jerk and the snatch. Powerlifting, there's 3 lifts. It's the squat, the bench press, and the deadlift. At a powerlifting meet, you get 3 attempts of each lift, and they take your best number from each lift, and that's your total. You know, they give out awards for 2nd and 3rd prize for every like weight class at every meet. But everybody there is mostly just trying to improve their own totals and beat their own personal best. For me, the difference between powerlifting and bodybuilding is, there's no cardio, or less cardio, which is one of the big things that I like about it. It's not as strict of a diet is another big thing that I'm also a fan of, because I think probably the entire time I've been lifting, I've been wanting to be another 10 pounds heavier the entire time and haven't done that much cutting. And with the training, it's more you're focused on improving just those 3 lifts. So it's a little simpler. Like instead of having like an arm day or a chest day or leg day, like I go in and my focus is, okay, I'm benching today, and everything I'm doing after that is focused on the movements that improve my bench press. If I'm squatting, all the movements are focused on improving my squat. So it's a little more focused on the individual lifts than necessarily like improving like the body part. CrossFit is similar to powerlifting in that a big part of CrossFit is the barbell movements. CrossFit's probably a lot more cardio and a lot more endurance type stuff as compared to powerlifting, and you have to be good at, like, there's calisthenics, there's endurance, there's a lot of different skills that you have to be good at with CrossFit. Powerlifting, every single powerlifting meets the exact same. You get 3 squats, then you get 3 benches, and 3 deadlifts. If CrossFit's good for a lot of things, I think. Like, it could be fun to just have something new every day. Yeah. Like, I mean, powerlifting, it could get boring compared to CrossFit, because with CrossFit, like, you're doing something new every day, you're working on different skills. With powerlifting, I know the 3 lifts that I have to hit. I know, the skills that I have to work on. I know my numbers, and I obsess over my numbers every time that I'm planning my training out. I have done yoga before. I used to have a friend that had a yoga studio in North Las Vegas. I used to go there at least once a week, like every Tuesday night. I haven't done yoga probably in at least a year. But I've done it before, I like it. It's really good for stretching and for just getting a nice calm workout in, even though it's still just as strenuous sometimes as any other workout. Oh, what made me become a personal trainer? I had been in banking for a long time, and I'd moved up a little bit in the bank. My last year or two, I had a tough time with it. I got skipped over for a few promotions. I wasn't enjoying the job that I had, and I remember I had a job interview where I knew I was perfect for the job. I thought I killed the interview, thought I did everything that I had to do, and I didn't get it. And I knew the next 3 to 6 months of my life in banking, I was gonna hate my life. And I had always, looked forward to my workouts in the gym. At this point, I had already began powerlifting. And I had been training people on the side just for fun already. And I took that last turn down as a sign and as an opportunity to quit banking cold turkey, almost with no plan at all, and to jump with both feet into training. And I haven't looked back once since I did.
You actually took that plunge?
I took a huge leap, yes.
Do you regret it?
Not for a second. I mean, I remember, remember living off my cashed out pension with the bank for the first few months while I was gaining up clients and studying to get my certifications and things, and still not regretting it at all. And then once I got the job at LVAC and started working and started building up clients, like, I knew this was the right decision. Right now, most of my clients that I train are just general fitness people, just people like either looking to gain weight or looking to gain muscle or looking to lose weight. One of my clients is actually my mom, which is really cool. I get to train my mom twice a week, and those are like some of the sessions I look forward to the most, because I'm really helping her lose a good amount of weight, and I've helped her gain some mobility and taught her how to squat and how to deadlift, which is pretty cool. And just little things like that is really cool to me. I don't charge my mom. She'll try and slip some money into my gym bag on the way out of some sessions, but it's my mom. It's different. I get to kick her butt a little bit and push her, and I get to. It was weird at first, just coaching her and like correcting form and teaching her little things. It became awkward, but now I'm to a point where I'm probably closer with my mom now because I've been training her for 6 months than I ever have, which I'm really thankful for. And I'm helping her become healthier, which is a big plus too. I've always been close with both of my parents. My parents divorced when I was like 8 or 9, and both remarried fairly quickly, but all my step parents and my parents are both still pretty close. Like my mom and dad are still best friends. So it was real easy for me and my younger brother growing up, because I could always see my dad whenever I wanted to. It was never like a big deal for me to go to my dad's house and see my dad or whatever. I have a client that I've been training. He was pretty much my first client. He came to me and he was 260 pounds, or maybe a little less than that. And I've been working with him 3, sometimes 4 times a week, regularly for the last 9 months. And he's down to almost 200 pounds, and he's got a birthday coming up next month, and he can't wait to go to the beach and take his shirt off. And he's getting up there strength-wise too. Like I taught him right. He looks forward to leg day. He looks forward to squatting. I've loved seeing him grow and training him, because he was a friend of mine before. He's from high school, and just seeing him change and gain confidence, and having him tell me that his friends and family can see the change in him over the last few months is a really, like, it's heartwarming. It's really helping people is really cool. I've learned that I'm probably a lot more patient than most people are. Like the compliment I get from my mom and from a few of my other clients is that, like, they complain so much and I'm just more even keel, and I don't really let them complaining to me get to me, and I keep pushing them, and it helps them stay calm and stay, focused on what they need to get done in their workouts.
Yeah.
About a year and a half ago, me and my best friend, we created a fitness brand, Barbells and Briefcases, and about 6 months ago, we started a podcast, and it's just based around people that work regular jobs or have an entrepreneurial mindset, but also make time for fitness. We've had episodes talking about things like setting goals, things like balancing your time. We've had specific episodes on fitness myths and things like that, and we just really we've looked for ways to add value to other people's lives and look for that community of people that have busy lives but still make time to go to the gym and keep their health and fitness in mind.
Yes.
It's the Barbells and Briefcases podcast. It's on iTunes and SoundCloud. We've been doing it for the last 3-4 months. I think we have 8 episodes up right now. We try to come out with one every 2 weeks. But me and my best friend Nick Saka were the hosts of it. I am still powerlifting. I am 6 weeks out from my next meet, which is USPA Nationals. It's a big powerlifting meet that'll be here in Vegas at the Golden Nugget. I'm probably gonna be in the bottom half of guys in my weight class because this is my first national meet. But I'm so excited to share a platform with the strongest guys in the country, and to lift with some really strong guys and improve all my totals and just learn a lot and keep improving. With Barbells and Briefcases, we're trying to keep growing our podcasts. We might be coming out with a YouTube channel soon. And with my training, I want to add a few more clients hopefully in the next couple months and keep helping people and keep changing lives. I am on Instagram at John Will Miller. I am on Facebook at John Miller or John Miller Training, and you can slide up in my DMs right there.
My name is Gary. I go by G Bless. I'm a rap artist from Detroit, Michigan, now living in Las Vegas. I perform at Central Christian Church, and I also perform, at secular venues. I perform Arizona, California. Want to go back home and do some stuff as well, but mainly regional, on the West Coast. Well, I kind of discovered I can rap by, at the age of 10, but I've been, performing, professionally, and, it's probably roughly around, 7 years or so now.
When light gets dark, falling apart, look inside, know who you are, work of art, masterpiece, energy when I'm feeling weak, listen lead to a broken chain, my reward on a crazy day, lost for words when you fill me up, I know who you are, there's only one, you're my father, I'm your son, teach me how to be like you, from the stars that lit the moon, walk on the ocean to get to you.
I work out regularly, push-ups, ab work, a lot of cardio, working out in the gym, as you've seen, playing basketball at least like 3 times a week, full court most of the time. I mean, that's how I get most of my cardio in for the most part. I play basketball with a bunch of guys who gets together, we kind of got this group message, and I play with guys like Billy, guy from New York, Roger, who's a real estate agent here in Vegas. I mean, it varies. It's like a bunch of different characters, but, we go out and, play hard and have fun. We normally start like around 5:30. I get to the gym at 5 a.m., before anybody, man, to warm up, get a pre-game exercise in. That's like my cardio as well. I just sit there and just burn, shoot, run around, get my heart rate up and get it pumping before, the full court games actually start. I don't model myself off after any NBA players. I do tend to watch how they shoot the ball. You know what I mean? I watch how they, how they spread their fingers, snap their wrists, because it's the fundamentals of the game. So if you follow those fundamentals, I mean, you got a good chance of really hitting your shot. But my favorite shooter, I like his stroke the most, is Jordan and Ray Allen and Kobe. Those three, their jump shots, man, they're pure jump shooters. My primary workout would be basketball. That basically because it's like a full body workout. I mean, legs, arms. I mean, you got to use everything when you playing. I know for some they're like, oh, well, it's a pickup game. Well, really, it's about you pushing yourself while you playing. See, what I tend to do while I'm playing, I push myself really hard out, run back on defense when nobody else is running back. I run the court, full court, all the time. I don't just try to stay half court and then, or, they have this term called cherry picking, which you kind of stay down court when everybody else go that way and then you yell for the ball and get a layup. I don't do that. I run the full court. I just push myself cardio-wise to make sure I get a good burn and I get a good workout. Man, I just want to stay healthy, man. I'm a husband, I work out because mainly, I'm a performer as well. It helps as, my performance. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I want to stay healthy, man. I want to make sure I stick around. I mean, as you know, we live in a time where, food is very processed, and you got to make sure, you add some type of workout in there. I'm not knocking food, for what it is, but everything needs to be done in moderation. And then at the same time, you got to incorporate some type of workout, man, throughout your day. Something. You got to do something. My name is Gary. I go by G Bless. I'm a rap artist from Detroit, Michigan, now living in Las Vegas. I perform at Central Christian Church, and I also perform, at secular venues. I perform Arizona, California. Want to go back home and do some stuff as well, but mainly regional, on the West Coast. Well, I kind of discovered I can rap by, at the age of 10, but I've been, performing, professionally, and, it's probably roughly around, 7 years or so now.
When light gets dark, falling apart, look inside, know who you are, work of art, masterpiece, energy when I'm feeling weak, listen lead to a broken chain, my reward on a crazy day, lost for words when you fill me up, I know who you are, there's only one, you're my father, I'm your son, teach me how to be like you, from the stars that lit the moon, walk on the ocean to get to you.
I work out regularly, push-ups, ab work, a lot of cardio, working out in the gym, as you've seen, playing basketball at least 3 times a week, full court most of the time. I mean, that's how I get most of my cardio in for the most part. I play basketball with a bunch of guys who gets together, we kind of got this group message, and I play with guys like Billy, guy from New York, Roger, who's a real estate agent here in Vegas. I mean, it varies. It's like a bunch of different characters, but, we go out and, play hard and have fun. We normally start around 5:30. I get to the gym at 5 a.m., before anybody, man, to warm up, get a pre-game exercise in. That's like my cardio as well. I just sit there and just burn, shoot, run around, get my heart rate up and get it pumping before, the full court games actually start. I don't model myself off after any NBA players. I do tend to watch how they shoot the ball. You know what I mean? I watch how they, how they spread their fingers, snap their wrist, because it's the fundamentals of the game. So if you follow those fundamentals, you got a good chance of really hitting your shot. But my favorite shooter, I like his stroke the most, is Jordan and Ray Allen and Kobe. Those three, their jump shots, man, they're pure jump shooters. My primary workout would be basketball. That basically because it's like a full body workout. Legs, arms. You got to use everything when you playing. I know for some they're like, oh well, it's a pickup game. Well, really, it's about you pushing yourself while you playing. See, what I tend to do while I'm playing, I push myself really hard out, run back on defense when nobody else is running back. I run the court, full court, all the time. I don't just try to stay half court and then, or, they have this term called cherry picking, which you kind of stay down court when everybody else go that way and then you yell for the ball and get a layup. I don't do that. I run the full court. I just push myself cardio-wise to make sure I get a good burn and I get a good workout. I just want to stay healthy, man. I'm a husband, I work out because mainly, I'm a performer as well. It helps as, my performance. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I want to stay healthy, man. I want to make sure I stick around. As you know, we live in a time where, food is very processed, and you got to make sure, you add some type of workout in there. I'm not knocking food, for what it is, but everything needs to be done in moderation. And then at the same time, you got to incorporate some type of workout, man, throughout your day. Something. You got to do something.
My name is Julie Johnston, and I own Camp Rhino, Rhino CrossFit, and Boot Camp Las Vegas, which is our outdoor component. So Camp Rhino's been open about 1.5 years now, and before that we've always had obstacle courses and workouts outside at the different parks, and we go all over town, Mount Charleston, Red Rocks, Lake Mead, and so now we're happy to have a place where the obstacles are permanently so that we can do classes on them and train on them and get better on them. We added CrossFit just this last year because a lot of our boot camp participants were curious about it. Like, what is CrossFit? It's the newest thing, and people see the CrossFit games. They see people pushing weights and doing a lot of the things that we did in boot camp, but then add weights to it and add like a lot of different fun things on the bars, like the muscle ups and the pull-ups and the rings and handstand push-ups. So there are some extra things that we never did out in the parks because you kind of need a facility for them.
Yeah.
And so instead of having our boot camp members and our rhinos go try other CrossFit boxes, we decided to add it to our program, and so we became an affiliate, and we have really great coaches here that do a really good job teaching CrossFit, and we all are participating in the open. The open workout just came out, and we're all going to be participating, and we're super excited about it. Well, CrossFit is basically moving and have intensity. Like, it's intensity in your workouts. That's what it's all about. Having a super short period of time, but you just have as much intensity in that time as you can. And a lot of people ask, what is CrossFit? And there are a lot of different components to it. There's the weightlifting component, there's the gymnastics component where you do like handstand walks, handstand push-ups, pistol squats, and then you have a lot of work that you do on the bars with the pull-ups, chest to bar pull-ups, muscle ups. Yeah. But CrossFit's just taking exercise and basically being able to score it or time it or measure it and say, I did this workout this fast or this well before, and now I can do it this much better. So you're taking exercise, I guess, and you're measuring it. That's what you're doing with CrossFit. A beginner in any one of our classes can definitely expect the instructor to take great care of them. You're always going to get your butt kicked, but you're going to get your butt kicked at your level. So if you have a hard time walking around the block and that's what makes you huff and puff and that's what makes you miserable, then we're probably not going to start you off sprinting. We're going to start you off pulling a tire and doing those movements that aren't going to hurt you, but they definitely get you in the spirit of boot camp. And I think what's important is to make a distinction between the boot camp and the CrossFit program. So CrossFit, again, it's more measured workouts with weights and with gymnastics and with different things that you can measure what you're doing. But with boot camp's more obstacles, and it's more you show up not having any idea what you're going to do. You could be pulling a tire in different ways for the whole hour, or you could be carrying a log up a mountain. You never know with boot camp like what it's going to be. Here at Camp Rhino, it's indoors, obviously. We go inside and outside, and we have all the obstacles to work on, so you're definitely going to see a lot of those, but you're still going to see the weights and the medicine balls and all the other fun things that we have to offer here. We try to take part in all of the fitness events that happen in Las Vegas. We're the official training grounds for the Spartan race, and we hold practice Spartan races on the weekends. So if you aren't sure whether or not you can do a Spartan race or even a Tough Mudder or the obstacle course races, you can come to one of our weekend training events and you can try all of the different obstacles and the tasks that will be at a Spartan race or at a Tough Mudder, get a feel for them and see whether or not you can do them, but it's in a guided environment. So you'll be running, and then you'll do an obstacle or a task, run some more, do an obstacle or a task, and you have the trainers there. They will teach you how to go over the walls, how to scale the traverses, how to do a rope climb. And then it makes people very comfortable, so then when they actually get out there in a race, they already know what to do and they know how to do it. The way that we train here at Camp Rhino is we do not want to ever be bored working out again. We want things to constantly be exciting, and we want to get excited about coming and working out. We want to get excited about events that make us train for those events to get ready for them. And then we always say that weight loss, getting healthier, is just a beautiful side effect of getting addicted to fitness and being excited about working out every day. A lot of people ask us, how do I start something and stick with it? And the answer is that humans like to be entertained. You can tell by what we watch, what we listen to. You can tell just by social media. Now you have to be doing 5 things at once just to stay entertained. And so here at Camp Rhino, we like to continue to offer the newest, the latest exciting things here. That's why we have CrossFit. That's why we have obstacle training. That's why we're constantly adding new and crazy weekend events that people can train for. It's because we want people to just be constantly excited about what they're doing physically, and then they don't even notice that they're working out every day and they're getting healthy and they're losing weight. It's just a side effect of being excited about moving their bodies. You have to think of it as kind of a playground for adults. When you're a kid, you looked forward to recess, you looked forward to going to the park and working out, and when you're an adult, you look forward to going to Camp Rhino and coming and playing at our playground, taking part in our recess. Yeah, we have jungle gym, rope. We swing from rope to rope, so there's your swings. We play games. We have field days, and the outdoor boot camps, they play all kinds of games. They take just regular, your old, like the games that you used to play as a kid, and they turn them into your worst nightmare. Like you do leapfrog as a kid. Well, have you tried it as an adult lately? Still fun, but a great quad burn. Oh, the Ninja Warrior obstacles are definitely the most difficult thing that we have to offer. I don't think we have one person that has conquered absolutely everything in this gym, and that's what we kind of try to keep offering. You have your elite people that are always looking for something to challenge them, and we have that for them. And then we have your people that are a part of our Biggest Loser group. We have a weight loss group here at Camp Rhino. You have to have 75 pounds plus to lose to be a part of that group. And so they're definitely challenged by everything that they can do at their level. And now the ladies and the gentlemen that are in that class, they're all shrinking before our very eyes. They're going to be kicked out of their own class pretty soon. But what we try to do is we try to make sure that no matter who you are, you're always going to have some kind of challenge that you're looking to conquer here at Camp Rhino. And that includes me. I own this place and I can't do everything in it. And guarantee that gets frustrating at times. But if someone ever does conquer everything, we'll just keep building new things. I think it's important though that saying that there are things in here and there's no one that has done everything at Camp Rhino. I don't want anyone to ever be afraid of coming, because we've had every level, we've had every age. We've had a woman who is 72 years old participate in our CrossFit program. We've had a gentleman who is 400 pounds come here and lose his first 100 pounds. So no matter who you are, like whether you're a Ninja Warrior or whether you want to lose a lot of weight or you just want to make sure you do something fun, while you still can, like there's a place for everyone here. So Gary and David both did really well in the workout this last time. It was their first time out, so we never expect that much from somebody on their first day. But what I saw really needed to be improved in both of them was just their flexibility. After you go and you do the CrossFit, you do the boot camp for a while, you all of a sudden you're able to get deep enough on your squats and your form starts to improve more and more because you get used to it. But when you first start out, it's really, really hard to get the technique right when you don't have the mobility. And it's more about mobility even than flexibility. It's just getting those joints moving and keeping them moving and doing these exercises, not just for your first time, but to continue doing them so you can get better. Well, obviously, strength and speed can always be improved upon, but it was just not even being able to get low enough with that weight and then pushing it up over your head. That's something that everybody can work on and fix. And that's what's exciting about working out, is just that you know that even if you get to a plateau on how much weight you can push or how fast you can go, you can always get your technique better and maybe push a little more. My favorite part was when someone went over the trash can and threw up for me. That was my absolute favorite part of that workout. So to me, David won. David won because he puked for me. Sorry, Gary.
And that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here on Made in Vegas. We hope you had a great time, and
don't forget, if you know of a venue that promotes health and fitness, let us know. madeinvegastv@gmail.com.
And we have a website, www.madeinvegastv.com.
And don't forget about our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Made in Vegas TV. Become friends with us, follow us, like our pictures, talk to us. Let us know what your health and fitness tips are.
Yep, let's do that. Aloha. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
I've pretty much been working out, like being active, physically active since I was a kid. I got up to 176 pounds and I was starting to look like not even me. My one motivation, and this is for real, I'm not joking, my mom motivates me to work out. One thing she said was, David, you're so fat. That was the driving force to get in shape again. I would eat everything from L&L to McDonald's to Jack in the Box, Taco Bell, Burger King. Anything that was quick and cheap, that's what I would eat. I still eat like a regular person, but I'm also responsible with my diet because you can't outwork an unhealthy diet. You have to be able to moderate. In the workouts, a lot of it has to do with resistance training, like when I'm doing push-ups. It's amazing, like when I'm on the ground and I'm pushing up and I feel that burn, I know I'm doing something right. When I do pull-ups, I'm pulling up on the front of my house, and that just seems to do the job. All you need to do really is just pull myself up. You don't really need all this fancy equipment. At the end of the workout, my shirt isn't drenched in water, in sweat, where I can just wring it out at the end of the workout, then I know I'm not doing it right.
It's important to work out just to be healthy. Health is the number one thing in anyone's lives. Without your health, you can't do anything. You can have lots of money, but if you're not healthy, you can't do what it takes to make that money.
You can only take it one day at a time. I can only look forward to what's going to happen tomorrow to see how much better my life is going to be. You're not going to see a change overnight. It's a gradual change. Maybe you're going to lose like a pound here, maybe another pound next week and another pound there. But if you take all those pounds and put them together, you'll see that change. And you just got to keep on going because tomorrow's a better day. Tomorrow's going to be a better day.
Hi, my name is Michael Haley with Platinum Physiques, and I am here with Matt Wilhelm. He is a client of mine. He's a personal trainer, and about 4 or 5 months ago, you asked me to help you to do a competition.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's when it was. What I'd like for you to do is just tell the audience your fitness story, kind of where you started, up until the point when you met me.
Okay. Easy enough. We'll give you the Reader's Digest version.
Okay.
It'll be condensed here, but I've always been in athletics. Growing up, I've always been an active person. I played, high school football, ran track, got a college football scholarship at the D2 level in Minnesota. That's my motherland, where I grew up at.
Right.
So as I was around like strength and conditioning coaches throughout my like high school and even my college career. So that's kind of where it all got started for me, as far as, weightlifting became a big part of, preparing, our bodies for the sport that I played in, football. And it really started getting big kind of in the late 90s in high schools. It kind of started really taking off that, weight training can really, elevate your performance, in power, strength, speed. And even I still remember my very first high school weight training program was the BFS, Bigger, Faster, Stronger.
Oh yeah,
and that was the very first program I did. And I was really hooked at that point, because you kind of start to see your strength build. And I think that's when the fitness bug really hit me. At first it was like, wow, I could, my 40,
How old were you then?
High school, like in 9th grade, so I was
wow.
15 when
Awesome.
we got started. And you start to see your strength get better, and your 40 times are getting faster. And I think that's when I got bit by the fitness bug.
Nice.
Even though at first it was just kind of getting into it for increased performance, then you start seeing your body change too. Oh man, I'm developing pecs and arms, and I was addicted to it at that point then, and it's been in my life ever since that point.
Awesome.
That's kind of the groundwork where it got started. Now, like Michael, I'm in the fitness industry. I'm a full-time contract personal trainer. I got into bodybuilding 2 years ago. I'm 37, so it's kind of a late start.
Right.
In terms of bodybuilding goes, even though I had been working out, it wasn't specifically for bodybuilding. But 2 years ago, I started competing in the men's physique division. And the first couple shows I did, it was without Michael's assistance. I remember the very first show, I took 6th place. Second show, I took 2nd. And I'm like, you know what? I really need to get this to the next level. And I've kind of developed a rapport with Michael at the gym, and we're associates, and we work together. And I knew he's been involved in the competition industry for a lot of years, decades,
yeah.
A long time.
A long
like, man,
time.
this guy's got the experience, and I've seen how he pulled some of his clients into being stage ready. And I'm like, you know what? I approached him. I'm like, look, man, I think we need to do something with a little bit of a program for getting me ready for my 3rd show, which was the Las Vegas Classic here, 2016. So.
Right. Yeah, and Matt won that show, by the way, first place. Yeah. You'll see some of the pictures that we're going to put up are from his other competitions before, and then the last photos, as we get into the video a little bit more, we will show you the pictures of the Las Vegas Classic. I'll be in there with some of the pictures, so you can kind of see the difference between where he was at before and then after we met, and we ended up winning that show. He was, I'm not just, I may be a little bit biased, but he actually was in the best shape of any guy in the whole competition. His conditioning was impeccable. We dried him out, and he was so peeled that it was incredible. And he actually won first place in his class. We were 2 points off of taking the overall. He was actually in better shape than the guy who won the overall, but the other guy did have a nice physique and really, really nice muscle. And so it was an apples and oranges kind of thing. And he ended up taking a second in the overall, but first in his class. Only by 2 points, but he was definitely in the best shape, I think, of anybody in the whole competition of any men's physique, or even the bodybuilders. You were more peeled than the bodybuilders were too in that show. So his dedication to the food program, and he's a personal trainer, so he did a lot of his own workout programs. We did a little bit of critiquing when I first met him to what he needed to bring up, and a couple things, and how to bring up some of the body parts that were lacking a little bit. And so for him, it was just really a lot of contest prep. So it was a lot of the food. One of the things that I do is I can help somebody go from, if they're 100 pounds overweight all the way down, but I am a next level trainer as well. So the people who are in really good shape that want to go to the next level of excellent condition, that's something I definitely can do, because I do put top competitors on stage. I put winners on stage all the time. And so if you're one of those people that are already, you're already into fitness, or you've been working out for a while and you look really good, but you want to get to that next level, that's definitely something that we can do for you. And just help with the posing. Matt's posing was good prior, and then we just made it really good.
Right.
And that was, you can tell them how important posing is.
Yeah, I'm going to go back now to my very first competition. Anytime you get on stage for the first time, it's awkward. You're used to posing in front of a mirror. All of a sudden, there's no mirror there. You're like, oh my gosh, where am I in space? And I remember this show because Michael had a physique competitor in this show, and he took 4th place, and I took 6th in that show.
Okay.
And I remember that because I feel like we had similar, physiques at the time, but his posing was better than mine. And I think that was the reason that put me back in the placing. I think body-wise, I was top 5, but my posing was not there.
Right.
It was just awkward. It was off. I didn't have my posing polished, and it showed in the placing, and it was well deserved too. The guy, he had a better package and displayed it better, at that time. So I remember that.
I didn't remember that.
I know. I don't know if you did or not,
Yeah.
but I do. It stuck with me, and I'm like, what, posing, it is important. It'll put you, if you're not good at posing, you're gonna not place as high as if you had it polished up.
Sure. If you're a competitor or you're considering competing, the posing is crucial on how you show your physique at the right angles and how to turn the right way to get the correct side of your physique to point to the judges, or especially the head judge who's doing the call-outs.
Right.
So it's absolutely crucially important. So what are you going to do now? What's your plan now from this point?
Okay. Taking first in men's physique class F at the Las Vegas Classic here. So I qualify for nationals.
Right.
So, I was telling Mike kind of jokingly a few weeks ago, we kind of were talking about, well, what do we want to do, and I'm like, well, I'm not getting any younger, and I sure as hell ain't getting any cuter right now. So I'm like, well, I think we need to make a push for the USAs.
Yeah.
I'm 37. Let's shoot for that. I want to see, where do I compete? Where do I stack up against, the best in the U.S. at this point? And let's go from there. But I just want to get a good baseline feel for, where do I fall into place with some of the best? And
Sure.
And that's where we're going to go from that, is going to the USAs here, end of July 2017.
Yeah,
so
that's this year.
27 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time.
A little bit of time, yeah.
So you're how old now?
37.
37,
Yep.
Okay. So you guys understand, Matt at 37 years old, he was in an open class of all ages, okay? There's master's divisions, which are 35 and over, 40 and over, depending on where you go, and it goes up to 45, and even 50 and over at Masters Nationals, which is in Pittsburgh. This particular show that Matt just won was an all-age open class, which would mean there could be 25-year-olds, and he's 37, and he won. When you go to the USAs, that's also all the first place, typically first or second place winners of all the competitions.
Right.
That come together, and there's usually anywhere from 35 to 45 people per class. It's massive, and he'll be competing against all age competitors as well in that. But he definitely has the physique to win or place high, and so that's what we're kind of we'd like to shoot for. And what that looks like here is basically doing more of what we do, making sure that any body parts that are lacking, that we bring those up, and then we get everything to match even better. Symmetry is the most important thing on a physique. By far, you have to have symmetry. That means all the muscles match, okay? So that's what our goal is going to be. And then, of course, if we nail the same conditioning, the conditioning I was extremely happy with. You don't need to be even more leaner than that. That's perfect. Just a little bit more muscle in a few different areas, matching the symmetry up, and then we'll kill it from there. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it, and I can't wait.
Absolutely.
I can't wait. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate you coming and hanging out.
Definitely, man. Appreciate having me here, brother.
Thank you. Thank
absolutely.
you.